Thank you all for your support, and remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Founded by the charismatic Fatal and the technically minded Rabbit, the Guristas Pirates are a fearless, professional and highly organized outfit, operating out of their home region Vanal. Unlike other rogue factions, the Guristas focus primarily on old-fashioned piracy, although they're not afraid of making surgical raids deep into Caldari space, if they think doing so will achieve something worthwhile. Jirai Fatal Leitonen found himself passed over for promotion, a blow felt keenly to his ego. His friend, Kurako, the Rabbit, Kosakami, was held responsible for a fatal crash landing. Deciding they had enough, the pair from the 37th Octopus Squadron stole a Condor-class frigate and disappeared into the lawless void between Caldari and Galente space. Later they re-emerged with the founding of the Guristas, which means naughty people in the Caldari tongue. Their criminal organization quickly rose to fame and power within the New Eden underworld, profiling themselves as a haven for Caldari exiles. They managed to grow their ranks at a steady pace. The Guristas are not against working with the Caldari when it suits their agenda, and no event is more notable than the story of how they obtained access to the Raven battleship blueprint, and the start of the career of Otro Gariushi as Ishikone's CEO. Most of this, however, is still unknown to the public today. Over the years, the Guristas have found themselves both working with and against Capsuleers. In conflicts with the Caldari Navy, loyal pilots have often lent a hand in the destruction of Guristas' assets. However, among the alliances, they have found those who are willing to work with them, and even groups who are loyal to the cause. The Guristas are heavily disliked by the Caldari, their military allies the Amar and the Amatar, and Carnid Kingdom by extension. The Galente and Minmatar, however, maintain a neutral stance towards the Guristas. This is likely due to the fact their territory does not form the target of Guristas' raids, and there is speculation that the enemy of their enemy status may be a redeeming factor as well, though neither would ever publicly admit to this. The Thukka tribe forms the exception to this rule, thought to be because before their joining of the Republic, they and the Guristas were competitors in the grey market. The Guristas themselves hold no love for Amar, and a slight distrust for the Amatar, a stance taken on grounds of slavery. The other empires are regarded with neutrality, and illegal dealings with them are not out of the question. It is only under extreme circumstances, like the aftermath of the Krellir raids, that the Guristas will close a deal with the Amar. The fate of the ransom scientist acts as further salt into the wound, and is often cited as an example as to why the Amar are not to be trusted or shown any mercy. When it comes to the other pirate factions, the Guristas are liked by the nation, and even more so by the Blood Raider Covenant. This is reflected mutually, although the Guristas regard the Sancha higher than the Covenant. Why this is, has never been met with a public answer, and despite the mutual standings, the Guristas are not known to have ever directly cooperate in any official manner with either faction. Unlike the Angel Cartel and Serpentis business relationship, it seems to be more a matter of shared dislikes and forming an opposing pirate bloc. Concord rates the Guristas as second most hated after Sancha's nation, on par with the Blood Raiders. When asked about this, an official stated that their ratings are largely influenced by the aggressiveness and overall threat to peace that any given pirate faction forms. Unsurprisingly, the Guristas are no fans of Concord, either, and treat them with a similar disdain. Worthy of note is that there exists a stronger mutual rivalry between Mordu's Legion and the Guristas. The stance of the Legion makes sense, as it is an extension of that of the Caldari. Furthermore, they idealize the honor code, integrity and military needs, whereas the Guristas are in the mercenary business for good old greed and lust for power. The feelings, however, became mutual after a series of incidents within the mercenary business. Each side will claim that the other started it, but what is sure is that an escalation of theft and sabotage of contracts caused both parties to hate each other's guts. Even to this day, both sides will practice caution to keep their business a secret from each other, and when they do find themselves on opposing sides of a conflict, it is pretty much a guarantee that things will get personal. The Servant Sisters of Eve, Interbus, and the Society all carry a minor dislike for the Guristas. The Guristas are neutral towards the former, but mimic the standards of the latter. This seems to be grounded in a clash of ideologies, but unfavourable affairs may also be to blame. No real public information has ever been given, nor officially requested. Finally, the Jove and Ore are reciprocally neutral, and a fair guess here is that none have really interacted or had reasons for interaction. The Guristas often overtake existing facilities that either have gone into ruin and decay, or have insufficient protection. Examples of these are the gas cloud harvesting operation in 09 TAC-4XW, or the Lai-Dai Corporation abandoned R-55 colonial ruins in the Isla system, which surrounding toxic gas cloud provides it with a defensive barrier. In recent times, the Guristas have stepped up their research efforts, with reports of them overtaking research sites previously belonging to the other pirate factions, and adding a glut of black market trading to what appears to be a successful line of research into high-speed technologies. Mordu's Legion have reportedly become extremely unhappy with this turn of events, and have responded with extreme force to any sites they uncover, having even gone so far as to enlist the Capsuleers in the initial efforts for finding these sites. Whatever it is exactly that the Guristas are developing in these sites remains unknown. The rest of the Gurista story is for us, the Capsuleers, to find out. Fly safe.